Okay, so I'm going to talk through lesson 2 now, which is about the Japanese tsunami that happened in 2011. So this was really significant when it happened. It was all over the news for ages. It was one of the worst disasters that have kind of happened in my lifetime. In your lifetime as well, you just won't remember it. And the way that we're going to cover the causes and the effects and the management here is as a newspaper article. So you can be as creative as you want with the newspaper name and the headline, obviously something that makes sense, but I'm not too bothered about it. The stuff I am more concerned about is how you write about the causes, the effects, and the responses. Okay, so you can type it into there, so you can print it out and write it, or you can do it in a different way as long as everything is covered. Now, the PowerPoint for this is quite important because it covers everything that you need to know. Now, in terms of the causes, is quite difficult to get your head around, but it does make sense. So essentially, we've got a destructive plate margin where we've got a oceanic plate moving towards a continental plate, and the oceanic plate, with it being denser, subducts underneath, which means it gets pushed under. Now, what happens is because of friction, that subducting oceanic plate drags the back of the continental plate with it. And then when an earthquake happens, that stress is released and it shoots back upwards, it pings upwards, and it pushes the water above it. When that water then falls back down, that's what causes the huge ripples that are a tsunami wave. Okay, so just think of like when you drop a penny into a pond, but on a massive scale. So there's an explanation of it here. Now, in terms of the effects, all of the effects that you kind of need to know are covered in here. But you can get a much more comprehensive understanding of it by watching this video here. Now, you do need a Channel 4 login to do it, which your parents might have. And it is quite upsetting in places because obviously it's footage of a tsunami happening. I do recommend watching it, but if you think you'll get upset, you don't need to watch it. You can get everything from here, or you can do further Googling if you want. But it is, I think it's roughly about an hour. It is a really good documentary, but it can be a little bit difficult to watch in places. So I would double check with your parents as well. But that is kind of the basics of it that you could use if need be. Okay.